Al-Khisas, also known as Khissas, was a Palestinian Arab village in the Safad Subdistrict in Mandatory Palestine. It was located 31 kilometers northeast of Safed on a natural terrace about 100 meters wide that formed when Lake al-Hula receded. To the west of the village was a valley known as Wadi al-Hasibani, through which ran the Hasbani River. History: Ottoman era. Evidence of the long history of habitation in the village includes the nearby shrine of a local sage known as al-Sheikh Ali and the presence of rock-hewn tombs. The Arab geographer Yaqut al-Hamawi described Al-Khisas as falling within the administrative jurisdiction of Banias in Syria. Under the Ottoman Empire, Al-Khisas was administered as part of a sanjak in the Vilayet of Damascus, and was later redesignated a part the Vilayet of Sidon. British Mandate. In 1917, Al-Khisas lay north of the Sykes-Picot line, a straight line between the midpoint of the Sea of Galilee and Natharia in the area to be incorporated under a French sphere of influence. The Syria-Lebanon-Palestine boundary was a product of the post-World War I Anglo-French partition of Ottoman Syria. British forces had advanced to a position at El Hazar against Turkish troops in 1918 and wished to incorporate all the sources of the River Jordan within the boundaries of British-controlled Palestine. Due to the French inability to establish administrative control, the frontier between Syria and Palestine became fluid. The international boundary between Palestine and Syria was finally set by joint agreement between Great Britain and France in 1923 in conjunction with the Treaty of Lausanne. After Britain had been given a League of Nations mandate for Palestine in 1922, thus Al-Khisas came under British jurisdiction. In the 1931 census of Palestine, the population of Khisas was 386, all Muslims, in a total of 73 houses. Types of land use in dunams in the village in 1945. The land ownership of the village before occupation in dunams: 1,947, 1,948, and aftermath. Al-Khisas had been selected, along with Al-Naima and al-Hula, by the Palmach as a target for a Haganah operation, which was then cancelled before it was undertaken. Leaflets was distributed in villages on Palestine's border that warned the population not to engage in combat. If the war will be taken to your place, it will cause massive expulsion of the villages, with the wives and the children. Those of you who do not wish to come to such a fate, I will tell them, in this war there will be merciless killing, no compassion. If you are not participating in this war, you'll not have to leave your houses and villages. On the night of 18-19 December 1947, the Palmach conducted a raid on Al-Khisas with orders calling for hitting adult males and killing adult males in the palace of the Emir Far, which was thought to hide a man responsible for shooting a resident of Kibbutz Ma'ayin Barak in revenge for the shooting of a Palestinian a few days earlier. They blew up Far's house and a neighboring house, killing many occupants, including women and children. According to Ben-Gurion, the raid was unauthorized. Local Jewish leaders and Arab affairs experts had tried to prevent the raid, but had been overridden by Yigal Allon. Afterwards, the political department of the Jewish Agency criticized the attack, and Yosef Sapir of the Defense Committee called for the punishment of those responsible, but no action was taken. Following the raid, a large part of the residents left their homes. The number of dead has been recorded as 10. However, the report from the Palmach commander recorded 12 dead. David Ben-Gurion issued a denial that the raid had been authorized and issued a public apology. but it was later included by him in a list of successful operations. The Yishuv held a meeting on the 1–2 January to discuss the policy of reprisal operations, the outcome of which was a formulation of guidelines by the Jewish High Command for the conduct and execution of retaliatory raids. The first wave of villages left the Al-Khisas on the 11th of May 1948. Others left on the 25th of May 1948. Another 55 villages remained in the homes and maintained good relations with the Jewish settlements in the area, but were eventually evicted. During the night of 5–6 June 1949, the villages were forced into trucks and transported to the village of Akbara, south of Safad. Those expelled remained at Akbara for 18 years until agreeing to resettlement in Wadi Hammam. On September 26, 1948, Kibbutz Hagoshram was established on the village lands of Al-Khisas. The kibbutz opened a hotel in the manor house of Emir Faur. Bibliography